Greetings from South Korea. I am Adang, Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. Korea's benchmark KOSPI broke through the 7,000 mark for the first time ever on Wednesday. According to the Korea Exchange, the index closed at 7,384.56, up 6.45% from the previous session. The KOSPI crossed above 7,000 at the opening bell, just 2 months after first breaking above the 6,000 level intraday in late February. Strong buying momentum triggered a buy-side sidecar soon after the open, halting buy orders for 5 minutes. The benchmark's total market capitalization also surpassed 6,000 trillion won, or roughly $4 trillion, for the first time on record. Market heavyweights Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix were among the main drivers behind the gains. U.S. President Donald Trump has suspended Project Freedom, a maritime operation utilizing the U.S. military to guide merchant vessels through the Strait of Hormuz, just 2 days into its execution. On Tuesday, Washington time, the U.S. president announced on social media that the operation would be paused for a short period. Citing requests from mediating countries like Pakistan and what he described as great progress toward a final agreement with Iran, Trump stated the movement of ships is being halted to determine if a deal can be finalized. He emphasized, however, that the broader U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports remains in full effect. The South Korean-operated cargo ship Namu is currently waiting to be towed to safety. As of now, the operation is expected to be completed sometime Thursday, Korea Standard Time, though officials say the situation remains fluid. The Iranian government has not yet commented on the fire. However, Iran's state-run INA news agency said that South Korean authorities had launched a thorough investigation to determine the exact cause of the fire. It also pushed back against claims of an Iranian attack, saying the investigation comes after President Trump accused Iran of being responsible without any evidence. The Blue House is maintaining its position that the authorities will need to examine the vessel to ascertain whether it was attacked once it reaches the port. Korea's consumer prices rose 2.6% on-year in April, driven by soaring fuel costs. The Ministry of Data and Statistics said on Wednesday that the consumer price index for April rose 2.6% from a year earlier. On a monthly basis, prices increased 0.5%, while the annual inflation rate saw its sharpest increase in 21 months. Petroleum prices led the overall rise in inflation, surging 21.9%, and more than doubling the pace of increase from the previous month. Meanwhile, agricultural, livestock, and fisheries prices fell 0.5%, while service prices climbed 2.4%. South Koreans living overseas can now access public online services without a Korean mobile phone number. According to the Overseas Koreans Agency on Wednesday, the government has improved its verification system to allow users to confirm their identity using a local phone number instead. Previously, around 2.4 million Koreans abroad were required to verify their identity through a Korean mobile carrier. But now, those who are registered as overseas nationals with a valid digital passport can use such services more conveniently. Certificates can be issued instantly through major private banking apps. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.